Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi has broken his silence on the Manipur conflict. He has highlighted that alongside the ongoing conflicts in Manipur, problems have also erupted across the border in Myanmar. He said that even though the situation in Manipur is currently stable, it continues to be tense. Outlining the origin of the conflict in Manipur back in 2023, the Army Chief informed that the conflict began as a result of a rumor suggesting that an Anglo-Kuki war centenary gate was set ablaze. That rumor mongering led to major violence, which is still finding its stabilization phase, which has not been reached yet. Over a period of time, it has become a battle of narratives, is what the general said. There is a polarization between communities. The situation may be stable today, but it is tense. Now, citing the society that has been weaponized to an extent with the number of internally displaced people hitting 60,000, General Dwivedi said that with the perseverance that has come down to below 40,000. He stressed the need for a whole-of-nation approach to mitigate the conflict in the state and restore trust among citizens. He also stated that 126 columns of the army and the Assam Rifles have been deployed in conjunction with many stakeholders which are already operating in the state. The army chief said that the personnel have recovered around 25% of the total amount of weapons in the state, adding that twice as many weapons of local kinds have also been recovered. He stressed the need to put an end to false narratives persisting in the state, citing the presence of valley-based insurgent groups who are being supported from across. He went on to explain the narrative of bomb drones was also false, as the security forces had gone on the ground and checked, but there were no bomb drones. He also cited another false narrative that claimed infiltration of 900 anti-national elements. We checked, there is nothing like that, he said. Listen in to what the Army Chief said.
It all started with a rumor that there was a Anglo-Kuki war centenary gate which is being burnt. It was not being burnt. I have gone on ground and confirmed from everyone. It has become a battle of narratives. There is a polarization between the communities. The situation may be stable today, but it is tensed. Firstly, we have to be very clear, it has to be whole-of-nation approach. As far as the Army and Assam Rifle is concerned, we have deployed approximately 126 columns of Army and Assam Rifle combined together. It all started with a rumor.
All right. So there you have it, the first statement coming in from the Indian Army Chief since the conflict in Manipur started in 2023. He has made a number of clarifications. Now, should at this point of time the interpretation be taken as the government of India also speaking on behalf of the Indian Army Chief, and then more important, serious questions about a number of reports pouring in of insurgents coming in from Myanmar and taking advantage of the reported conflict that has gone on for decades together and ended up escalating last year. Joining me on the telecast is Major General Sudhakar ji. Let's hear it from you about the situation on the ground, about the statement that has been made by the Indian Army Chief. Should that be taken as the statement from the government of India as well?
Good afternoon.
Thank you for getting me to your show.
To the co-panelists and the viewers. As regards your question is concerned, well, the Chief of the Army Staff has gone on record and clarified certain issues. He has not said anything which would go against the national interests of the country, but he has made significant points that the situation is stable as of now, but tense. It is unpredictable. Anything can go wrong at any time if not handled in a most proficient manner. I happen to be present there in today's session.
In Delhi itself, and to my assessment, I would only highlight the following issues.
The first and foremost thing is that there is the environment over there in the Manipur.
The environment over there in the Manipur Valley is totally polarized. It is not Kokis and Maitais issue alone. There are multiple ethnic issues, traditional, historic issues which need to be resolved. My dispatch assessment suggests that there is a requirement to take suitable action at the internal level. I am told that the Armed Forces Special Power Act has been extended to the relevant areas by 6 months, but that itself may not be adequate. We need to actually look deeper into all the fault lines and how we can gaps. What comes to my mind, if I have to take the priority and suggest in response to the Chief of Army actions today, the first thing that comes to me is to disarm the people who are armed with the looted arms and ammunition. I am told that there are more than 5,000 systems which have either been looted from the state armory or from the designated armories in different camps. Plus there are 20 lakh, more than 20 lakh ammunition which is floating in the environment. The first and foremost thing to bring peace and normalcy in the area is to confiscate, carry out joint operations between the army, police forces, Assam Rifle together collectively. One. Number two, what comes to my mind is that as today, as understood from the open media, there is no unity of command. It's like situation as happening in Manipur today. What is the need of R is the unitary command. There has to be one command. Although there are statements to the effect that there is a unified headquarters, I am afraid that it is not coming out the way we are used to, the very concept and the meaning of unified headquarters. Unified headquarters is supposed to be driven by a political authority, supposed to be headed by a military officer who's the senior-most in the area or the region or the zone, and supposed to be supported by the entire security apparatus. And they're supposed to be guided and governed by certain rules and regulations. These things are absent. Third point that is coming to my mind, Megha, is the special suspension of the operation which
Okay,
was invoked
Major
in the
General Sudhakar ji, I'm sorry to interrupt you right over there. There seems to be a network issue. We'll try to fix that. Meanwhile, I'm going to get RVS Money on the telecast with me. And RVS Money, let's try to understand about the the events that have taken place one after the other, the sequence of it all in the past months. When there were questions raised and reports pouring in that there were these insurgents that were infiltrating into Manipur from Myanmar, which at this point of time has been negated by the army chief in the statement that he made. There has also been clarity given by the army chief with regards to the reported bomb drones that had been found at the hands of these armed militants, and he said that there is no truth to it. The army investigated into the matter and there were no bomb drones, weaponized drones that had been found. This issue, this development report that had come out back in the day had created quite the furor within political circles, but also in the mind of the general public, who was then wondering where were these sophisticated weapons being provided to these armed groups. Then third of all, talking about this entire confusion that erupted over these 900 reported infiltrants who had entered into Manipur from Myanmar. Now he has gone about refuting every single one of these reports that had come out. So do you think that this time there is no cohesion in how the state government is handling the issue, putting out information in public domain versus what the Indian Army and the government of India at this point of time, are they at this point of time in the damage control mode that the state government has initiated, and why is it happening?
Let us get it very clear at the first outset. Army chief has come out and said that, and there is no senior person on a security expert higher than the army chief, excepting maybe a CDS. Now, army chief has come based on after a ground visit has visited this, so that is the truth and that's it. The government, the people have to believe it, and he has done it on a very ground level assessment. He is not just sitting in the South Block in Delhi. He has visited it. He has visited the units. He has checked all the 126 units columns deployed there, and also assessed the situation like that. Now the question is, are we now suspecting the state government? I should say no. In such a situation, in such a tumultuous situation, it always happens that some narratives are spread, some reports get right, few other ground level, beat level, constable level intelligence gathering has certain ethnic biases which gets crept into that. The army chief has come out and made a very comprehensive statement, and that is the true picture. And the war on narratives do happen. We see the police personnel who are into the collection of gathering of intelligence, etc. They also have their own sources. If the sources have been captured to prosecute a particular narrative, that's all operational issues. But having said that, he has very clearly said about the drones. He has denied receipt of drones. 2, about the 900 infiltrators who have entered this. That has been denied. Number 3, about the Anglo-Cookie memorial being burned. All these things have been totally set at rest, and that is now has to be taken forward. Now the question is, with this all being set at rest, I believe this is a very important step, a breakthrough step, path-breaking step in now getting into the ethnic cohesion within the two communities we are at all. I know that this is my perception that across the borders there are certain disturbances which is happening. There are certain anti-India forces who are trying to peddle the narrative, to sustain the narrative through these type of clashes and all that. So it has to be holistically look forward and taken up with that. I think General Sudhakar would also concur with me on this. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Let's get in Major General J.K. Bansal as well and hear it from him about why has the big question, why is there conflicting narratives being put out by the state government, especially when this intel report that had been shared by the state government about the 900 insurgents entering from Myanmar into Manipur, which has at this point of time, once again I am mentioning this, that has been negated, refuted by the Indian Army Chief. In fact, a day later, after this report was put out in the public domain by the state government, the central forces, the government of India intervened in the matter and said there is no truth to it, and after that the CMO also took back the statement. Question in the minds of Manipuris and the rest of the nation, why so much confusion, and that too between the state government and the central government? Both of them are being ruled by the BJP.
As very clearly has been mentioned by Army Chief, that narratives are cause of concern, and as far as you told about state government and Army Chief will always tell anything which is happening on ground after verifying. We have got our Jawan on the boot on the ground and they know what is happening, and based on that he has given a statement which is very correct. As very rightly said by General Sudhakar, the work has to be done both at the government level and within the community. And one thing important which has been mentioned by Army Chief is that ex-servicemen of that area is a big force and big role they can play for the peace and prosperity in that area. Whatever may be, because this is, as you know, since May 2023, there have been 237 deaths and 60,000 displaced. Now some of them has come back, and now they say the 40,000 are only displaced from that area. So internal confidence building and bringing to society and all the part of society is very, very important, for which the groundwork is to be needed, along with the administration, where the paramilitary forces, the state police and army is doing, as was told by the army columns are already there. The work has to be done on both sides, and then only the peace can be brought in that area, which is normalizing, of course, which the statement has been given. The army chief. Army chief is a very responsible person, and he will not say anything which is not on the ground. And the army is apolitical. They have no interest, political interest as such. So whatever has been told by army chief, that is the ground reality. Vega.
Okay. Coming back to General Sudhakar ji, I hope our connection at this point is stable. So General Sudhakar ji, now that a sweeping statement has come from the armed forces, we would like to assume that the government of India supports this statement, has the same stance. How can there be more cohesion between the state government and the central government?
Yeah, Megha, if I am audible, I wish to submit one or two points. Firstly, there is nobody more competent and capable than our Chief of the Army Staff of our country, having gone on ground to comment on an issue which has been an ongoing criticality for the national security. There is no dispute about that. All I am trying to say, the whole nation is looking forward to finding a solution to this criticality. And towards that end, I would compliment the co-panelists, particularly General Bansal, in stating the statement, ex-servicemen. You see, ex-servicemen in Manipur are playing a very vital and significant role. I just want to flag one issue, that there is no controversy at all. Whatever Chief has said, Chief is ultimate, he is firm and final. There is no contestation or any dispute in that. But within the paradigm
I'm sorry, I will again have to interrupt you. Let's try to fix that connection one more time, again coming back to RVS money. In a situation such as this, that when a statement of the Indian Army Chief comes forth, you think he has taken far too long to first of all break silence in the matter that has had a number of insinuations, a number of rumor mongering. The conflict started. In fact, the conflict resumed after the 2023 rumor mongering that took place, and he mentioned that a firmer, strong statement from the Indian Army Chief could have been made beforehand, earlier, perhaps months ago.
The nation trusts the Indian Army Chief. He is the final word. Just for the sake of urgency, he cannot jump the gun and give a statement to mitigate the issue. It has to be fact-based. He has to get the ground report. Maybe he has traveled to the Manipur, he has checked everything, and that, let us, as my previous panelist had said, Army is a apolitical body. He cannot be jumping the gun and giving statements like that, because his statements have the highest value for the nation. So he cannot be jumping the gun. So there is nothing like that. He has to take a complete assessment of the entire ground situation and only then finalize and come out with a statement. So there is no two opinions on that, because his statement has got much more weight. It's worth its weight in gold for the security expert. So that is the reason maybe he has done a lot of iteration or about that before coming out with the statement. Thank you, Vega.
Coming back to you, Major General J.K. Bansal, now what's the roadmap ahead? There have been demands being made by the Kukis and the Métis that there should be president's rule. The one community talks about how it is distrustful of the state government and the chief minister, which allegedly sides with the other community, which is the Métis community. How do we resolve the situation? Is president's rule impending?
I think the president rule will not solve the problem, because now state government and central government is working in coordination, and there is a full support of the central government to the state government. Moreover, the army is there, and there are 126 column, whatever you told, army columns are already there. So now I feel which the confidence has also been made. The army chief was very confident that yes, in the coming time there will be a peace. And as everybody is saying now, says he is also taking help, or the state is taking help of the ex-servicemen, that they are going to play a very important role, because in both the community, there may be the ex-servicemen, and our army is a very mixed group. There is no politics there. Everybody is being taken as equals, so they can build the gap between the two communities, the army ex-servicemen, and they are with the ground reality, they are with the community over there on both sides. So I feel that whatever the is being done for the administration purpose, at the same time, this confidence building between all walk of life, people who are there in the different communities, has to be the gap has to be filled, and confidence is to be made. There should be impartiality, and then only things will happen. The army, whether they're putting any president rule will not solve the problem in my mind. It has to be solved now itself, and which I feel will be solved once the statement has been made by Chief of Army Staff. Chief of Army Staff will only make a statement after complete verification, because in our army the reports started generating from the ground. It goes through the various stages, and once it is being verified, then only Chief of Army Staff make any statement.
And also, of course, Defense Minister, the ministry comes into play. There obviously have had discussions over this. There has at this point of time, thorough analysis that has been done for the army chief to now come out after a long period of time in a very conscious effort to quell all sorts of rumor mongering, all sorts of false reportage that has been happening. Again, coming back to you, RVS Mani, how do we, like I said, how do we take this forward? Is president's rule going to help the cause and allay the fears of one community, which is Kuki community, which says that they are unhappy, they are the ones who are under attack, they are the ones who have then taken control of arms and ammunition, stolen them, taken them away from the police stations, from the armed forces. How to tackle this situation?
See, basically the communities first should come with a positive frame of mind. This type of putting conditions only defrays the settlement process. See, Army Chief has entered, he has made a statement, he has cleared all the air. Now it is for the communities to join hands without any precondition, come to the negotiating table, get the ground realities right. That is how the mediation process starts. Any confidence building measures have to be done. As very happy to note that the ex-servicemen are also involved in the confidence building process. We have to take it forward. No preconditions. Let us start with an open, clean slate and take it forward for confidence building matters, restore peace, take it for the development purposes, and trust each other is a very, very important element of the entire confidence building process. This type of playing foul with others, suspicion do not help the process. Now at least the nation should be assuaged. They should be assured that the army chief has also taken note of the situation. That the army is also working very well. At the same time, they should come out and bring the interlocution part of this. I would rather put an Indian Army general to mediate the course between the two communities, because politicians may have a sort of a particular agenda which we do not support. So, whether a president rule is there or not, if the situation and create an enabling environment, I think the settlement is not very far away. This is the situation I speculate. Thank you.
Major General Sudhakarji, what's your opinion? What's the roadmap ahead?
Having seen Mr. Mani working for long years of distinguished service in South Block, I dare not say anything which will contradict him. As far as my opinion goes, firstly, Army Chief, let me clarify, he is an expert in many things. But apart from those many things, or amongst those many things, Manipur is one of his speciality in which he has got hands-on experience. So there is nobody better than the President Chief of Army Staff who can give a practical solution to the oil crisis.
Okay.
Two, he has clarified a couple of issues. First and foremost, the intent. There is nothing. The end of the war, there is nobody beyond. If the gentleman has gone on fightings in his head ground, he is visited, his clarified to the Anglo-Cook cement or the memorial which they had built, and he has clarified that there was no burning incident. That is the rumor mongering had started.
Right,
So
right,
you have to
absolutely.
go
I'm
by
sorry, I'll have to interrupt
the-
you again. That frame at this point in time is static. We have not been able to establish a strong internet connection with you, General Sudhakar ji.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.